microphone. Hello? Double tap to activate. Switch camera. Double. Mute microphone. Mute microphone. Welcome. Double tap to activate. Hello? Can you hear me?
No, you're muted. Wait. Now I hear you.
Can you hear
Wait.
me now?
Now I hear you. Yeah. I had to pull up my ballot. I forgot my ballot was low.
I don't hear myself over here.
Now I hear you. See? So mine's is coming in late because I'm close to you, but it's all
Okay. Welcome. Hi, Mitchell Talent. How are you? Hi, Poke Bronx, aka Uncle Rico.
right.
Trying to set up my live always, and it's always an issue. But God is good.
So the camera's facing you.
Okay. So we ready.
Right.
All right. So welcome. Um, here, Mama Beyond Sight. You will find spiritual guidance, how to align yourself with spirit, how to um, speak with spirit. Right? I utilize meditation and a lot of my own personal stories and inspirations. So we are doing a series of spiritual teachings, the basics for beginners. And last week I did a video on can spirit, can our spirit family see us, hear us, feel us, and we spoke about how different religions feel, but in my teachings, uh, yeah, they can't see you and feel you and see you after death, you know, and there has to be. It can't be just the body die and then where does the soul becomes a spirit? Where does that go? I'm sure it doesn't lay in the ground with the body, right? But here, Mama Beyond Sight, we're teaching you the difference in the spiritual metaphysics, right? Which is study of the outer experience of the body, right? Spiritually, you know. So we spoke about different ways, different forms that spirit, your ancestors, your mother, father, any loved one, can speak to you, okay, through different signs, and how they hear your intentions and how they feel your emotions, you know. And as I mentioned in my last video, they um they take with them all that memory, you know. um, as they transcend, they release the negative, bondage of this earthly plane, which is hate, sorrow, depression, and the list could go on. That doesn't exist in the spiritual form. Okay, there's only love and compassion, and they take all of that, and they have memory. They do remember us. They do remember who they are. They do remember where they were. You know, the only thing when if we come back to this earthly plane, um, there's a period of our rebirth that we don't remember. Well, many people, because some people do remember, they before life when they reborn. All right. So they do know who they are. They do know what child or what husband or what friend they left behind. Okay. Um, Again, there has to be more than just the physical form. Okay. Uh, when it diminishes, when it dies, when it's over and done with, right? Um, and we let's look at and thinking outside the box. Let's look at Jesus when he rose. You know, after the 3 or 4 days that after his death, he rose, right? And no, I'm not comparing myself or ourselves to Jesus, but we are made in this image. He came down in a human form, you know. So let's think outside the box. How much greater are we, you know? So if we take everything in the Bible, and I'm not knocking the Bible, people, I'm just uh looking at what's written there. And Mama Beyonce always says there's pieces missing from the Bible, you know. And the Bible is open to interpretation, as everything else in the world, right? So he rose and he was seen for many, many months walking on earth. This, even some people says that he came back and had a family and went to live an old life. That's, to me, my personal opinion, that's kind of far-fetched. But these are the things that are being quoted out there, you know. But let's think outside the box again. You know, he rose. We hear him. We feel him. We know that he's there, right? So why not us, right? Why not our loved ones? Maybe, maybe not to the extreme that Jesus is, not to the extreme that energy, that force is, but we're right under him, you know, and soon to be right next to him, as our mission in this world evolves, right? So, um, yeah, they they feel here, and they can touch us, you know. And I believe, that the spirit does not die, you know. It just does not die. It transcends. It goes somewhere else. You know, as I said, if you want to call it a veil or a plateau, you know, but it goes somewhere. It just doesn't stay locked down here on this earth. The only spirits, as I mentioned, that stay locked down on this earth are spirits that don't want to leave, or spirits that are so evil. Their heart is so black that they just want to linger on and maintain chaos, and they even grow darker if someone does not pray for them and give them show them the light, right? So yeah, what do you think? You know, does the question today is, does spirit have a conscience? you know and again, I want you to look at the, uh, the spirit conscience, you know not the physical conscience. you know in the Bible it says God spoke a word, you know and there it is. you know Consciousness, his breath, his thought, his energy, that magical, if you want to call it, force. you know um, they are a couple of different types of um, spiritual conscience, right? One doesn't have a conscience, which people call uh, I forgot the word. When sorry, when a it's like a movie. It replays and replays over and over again. It's like residue of energy that stays behind. You know, and many times that's because of tragedy. Some hardship the person went through. Um, Residual is the word. Residual haunting, and these residual hauntings, they don't interact with you. They don't harm you. You might see them, or feel some energy that's there, but they're not really interacting or making havoc for you. They just it's like a movie that replays and replays. um Maybe the person died in that spot, and terror set in, so that energy, that residue seeps in that spot. you know for example, I went to my youngest sister's home. She lives up in Pennsylvania, and I'm sitting in her living room, and she has like maybe five doors to go outside. Anyway, I'm sitting in the living room, so I hear the door open next to me and close. I said, that's weird, you know. So I had asked her, does that door open? She says, no, it doesn't open. It's sealed. And I said, no, that door is not sealed because I heard it open and close. Okay, so I ignored it. I kept watching TV. All of a sudden, the door opened again, and I could hear stomping like a man coming in, boom, boom, boom. And he walked past the living room, go into the hallway towards some bedrooms, and then he turned around and came back out. He yelled, and then stormed out the door. And this picture just repeated itself quite a few times. So I'm like, wow, he didn't even look at me. So I said, well, I'm going to try to connect with the spirit. And there was no response, to the spirit, meaning it was a residual. you know Whatever happened to that man before dying, you know um you know that movie keeps playing on that same spot. you know Can someone remove that residual? Depending on how deep it is, but yeah, you could remove any energy. Okay, you could move. All right, if you know how to. Okay, cutting the story short, after a few days we was cleaning, and her husband went up to the attic, and what did he find? He found a pair of man's work boots. The only thing up in that attic, a pair of man work boots. So God knows if that was the man that had the boots, and his essence, his energy was still there. So that's residual um, hauntings. They have no interaction with you. They have no intentions or conscience um, towards you. And then we have the material spirits. These spirits could move things. They have the energy and the force to move an object. You know, it could be a pen, it could be tip over a chair, etc. Many times it's not a good spirit. Many times it's a negative spirit. It could be a good spirit looking for some type of attention. You know, hello, I'm here. You know, but usually, more than likely, it's a negative spirit. You know, um, and that's conscience. Okay, that spirit could do that. They know if I make this noise here, you know, the person's gonna look or try to seek where is that noise coming from, right? As they speak into your ear or they put a picture in your mind, um, and other things, now the negative spirits, they will, do all types of craziness to drive you crazy, and not necessarily all in one lump. Like demons and lower class spirits, they will taunt you by little by little, little by little. you know this is why I keep suggesting meditation, and for those that want to go into further into the spiritual plane, to take it easy, little by little, only because these spirits are very, very intelligent. Okay, they'll know your faults. They'll know your triggers. You know, and if you don't know your triggers, if you don't know, as I mentioned before, why do I get so upset? Why am I so angry? Um, why am I depressed? These demons will feed on that energy. You know, so we have the intelligent and we have the conscious spirit. Again, same scenario. You know, um, they could be good or bad. You know, but the difference between the negative spirits, the demons, they don't come to help you. They come to hurt you, to make your life impossible. You know, if you're trying to succeed in the spiritual plane, as myself, they will try to to block you, to discourage you. you know so there's ways of again of you know bringing down that energy, uh, simply by knowing yourself, knowing what you're capable. And the biggest key here, my lovelies, the biggest keys is having faith in what you do, having faith in your source, your God, Allah, Alofi, um, Krishna. We could keep naming him. Tell me when to stop.
Buddha,
Buddha, Elohim.
Islam.
So, you know, to me, it's all one God. Okay, there's no special God for you because you're Jehovah. You know, sorry, love you guys, but no. We all under the same sun. There's only one sun for us. You know. So yeah, these evil spirits, they know, they know, you know, and I watch a lot of ghost hunting and things like that, and oh my God, looking for demons, etc. And that's fine, that's how they get their thrill, but this is something serious, you know. And then when the demon scratches them or appears, they want to run out like little. Mm,
Why me?
why me? Why you do that? You looking for it, you know. You don't want this demon. You have no idea, how ugly. We have enough on our plates in this living life, and you're searching for demons. I want to search for angels. Do you know how beautiful is to be touched by an angel? I do. I do. I do know how it feels when a demon touches you too, and I rather look for that angel. I rather look for that spiritual guide. Okay. It's a feeling that is undescribable, you know. So we got residual and we got conscious. These are spirits that connect with you, you know, that know when you're sad, that know when you're happy, you know. Um, a loved one, you know. Uh, it's like everyone is born with a guardian angel, and you come in this world with a few spiritual guides. Okay. As time goes on, you accumulate the we call them a cuadro. The circle starts getting filled up with your spiritual guides, and some of them are people that are from different lands, you know, Arabic, Chinese, from England, you know, etc. You know, I have a rabbi that's one of my guides, for example. But I'm saying this to say that, you know, these spirits, or Indian, these spirits speak, when they were alive, a different language. Okay, so can they communicate to me and I understand? Yes, yes, because they have transcend, so they know, um, to come in and speak the language that I understand, for them to get their message through. So if I'm speaking to a German person that has passed, they might speak German, but I will coach them to step back, readjust themselves and come back in, and they'll come back in speaking English or Spanish if I choose, a language that I understand. So that goes to show that they don't forget. They don't forget, you know. They don't forget. They remember just about everything in their life, and their loved ones, you know. So the negative spirits, they want to 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 stifle us, you know. And yeah, no. I've had many fights with demons, and I'm sure there are going to be many more.
Excuse me.
So, um, I leave it up to Source, to God, to Jesus. You know, this is my mission. Um, this is my mission, and this is what I'm supposed to do. So, in my last live, there was one of my subscribers. We were speaking about exactly what we're speaking about demons. And they made a comment of how um, they feel they being tormented um, by some negative spirits. And the gentleman commented that he thinks it's the whole building that's possessed or the land or cursed. Excuse me. It's possible. It's possible. But that with something like that, you have to really look at, is it an apartment building? You know, it could be that it's coming from someone else in the building. It could be something that you picked up, because when you're spiritual, when you're in the spiritual path, and even if you're not, you know, you go to certain places and you pick up negative stuff. You know, you pick up negative stuff. Us being spiritually, we can't just walk into a cemetery. There's a ritual that we have to do, especially covering our heads and our belly button. Only because this is where our Ori, this is where our guardian angel is. And our belly button is our life force. You know, through there is was attached, to mommy and etc. This is where our life force is. Um, so again, there's a lot to look at. It could be the land, you know, but again, not necessarily, because there's the Indian burial. Uh, it's the Indians. Everybody wants to always blame on the Indians. You know, I'm sure there's many Indians that were angry or evil, you know. But how about the good ones? How about the good-hearted ones? You know, they all didn't stay in that land. They ascended. They ascended, my lovelies. They are not. They are not. You know. Um. You know. Again. It could be many many other things. I know. I went to Puerto Rico a few times, and I went to stay in a friend's house of my mother's, and the lady lived right next to. It was like 2 or 3 feet away from the cemetery, lovelies. And this woman used to sleep beautiful in her house. So, so you tell me, it's not always, um, a burial ground. It's not, you know. Again, maybe someone is doing rituals in that building. Maybe they picked up something for someone else, or maybe that apartment itself is cursed. You know. So these are things that you have to look at, and sometimes it's better to go to a spiritualist, medium, that could help you with the situation. But not all the time we have um, that free way to do, right? We might not know, or we can't afford it, because many of people want to charge so much. So we have to defend ourselves, and we could. But again, you have to look at what's going on. Maybe it's not so much the apartment, but the partner. You know, he was speaking about his wife. Using sage, to clear out, and that didn't work. You know, maybe she's going through desarrollo. She's evolving her spiritual gifts, and she might not even know it. You know, so just in case if you're watching, you know who you are. I have a few items. I personally, sage is good to ward off evil, but if you don't know how to use it, okay, If you don't know how to use it, if you don't know how to use any spiritual tools, it's you might make it worse for yourself. Okay, so sage is very good for that, but you have to use this sage carefully. There's a dark sage, it's like brown, and there's a white sage. So my suggestion to the person, or any of you guys, if you have a need to use sage, right? Get the brown and get the white. So you're gonna use the brown to to remove. But again, uh, this is iffy, because if it's a demon, if it's an actual lower class demon or a demon, by you doing this, you're only irritating that demon. It'll go away for a little bit, but when it comes back, it's going to come back three times folded. It's going to come back more stronger and more upset. Okay, so if you do have to use it, let's pretend that this is the sage, right? It comes in like in a bundle. You're gonna take the brown sage, and any tools that you use um to for the spiritual, you must cleanse them. Okay, my lovelies. Candles, incense, crystals, cups, anything. All right, anything. So you're gonna take the sage, and obviously you can't wet it, but you're gonna stand by some running water, or you could put holy water in your hand, hold it in the middle, and cleanse. You say, as I'm passing my hand, I'm cleaning all negative energy, because other people touch these things, these objects. So we don't want their energy on it. We want your energy and your intention on it. So for the middle, you do that way, and then that way, and you cleanse it. You do the same thing with the white one. So then you go towards the end of the last room in your house. You open up all the closet doors. If you could open up the windows, it's fantastic. Okay, you light up the sage. Just make believe it is lit. Light me up. Right? You're gonna see fire. Don't blow it. Don't ever blow it. Okay? You let it burn. And you start in the last corner of that room, and you're going to pray. You're going to pray. You're going to put the intention. First, you're going to put the intention to clear out negative spirits, to clear out negative energy, to clear out negative thoughts, etc. Right? In Jesus' name. All right. You light it up, and you go towards the last corner, and you, if the fire's still on, leave it on. Just go to that corner and say, I seal this corner in the with the blood of Jesus Christ. If there's any evil spirits, you must leave now. You go to the window, and you do the same thing. I seal this window with the blood of Jesus Christ. If there's any evil spirits, you must leave now. In the next corner, and all four corners of that room, you pass a little bit in the closet, and you go on to the next room. If you have closets in that room, you do the same scenario. You want to start from the back of your house all the way out to the front door. You go into the bathrooms, you open up the kitchen cabinet, because negative spirits love to hide in dark spots. Okay? And anywhere there's a lot of clutter. So you want to get into those clutters. All right? Then when you get to your front door, you seal your door with the blood of Christ. You do the sign, and you can say an Our Father, Hail Mary, etc. And you walk out the door. If you could toss it, If it's off, you could toss it. If not, leave it right by the front door and let it burn out by itself. It should be smoking by now. Okay? Then, if you have the white sage, you do the opposite. You come in your front door with it lit, and you have to fill because now you emptied the the house of that negative energy. So now that space is open. You don't want the negative spirit to come back and fill up that space. So you want to fill it up with some positive energy. You could do that with the white sage or with a white candle. In the candle, you do the same thing. You clear it, with taking off the whatever energy it has. You light it up, or you light up the sage and you start walking in for the front of your house. So you're doing things backwards, and you pray, Our Father, da 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 da, and bring love and peace, and do not allow negative spirits. Exactly. All the way into the last room. Okay. You close your windows, and you're good. This you will have to repeat quite a few times, not back to back. Let a few days go on, see how it feels, and you can repeat it, and once, twice a week. So the candle, you cleanse it the same way, cleaning. I like to put holy water in my hands and touch the candle. Then you say, you hold the candle, you hold it, and you put your intention on it. What is the candle for? It's to bring light, peace in my home. I light up this candle to God, to my guardian angel, my spiritual guides, my ancestors, whomever you're gonna light up the candle to. Then you say, as pure and white the candle, and the wick that lights the the fire, the the wick that lights the way for the good spirits to get to receive this light, and have the path to come to me and assist me at this very sacred moment. Okay, you could do that. I like to use um, it's called Palo Santo. It's wood, and it smells lovely. And you could get this in the botanic, Amazon, just about everywhere. Okay, and this I think is the most powerful little stick there is. Okay, but if you use it, you would use it the same scenario, the same form. Sorry, just getting
Your
over a
mic
cold.
is a little low.
Huh?
They said your mic is a little low.
How about that? Let me plug in my mic. How is that?
Okay.
Hello, 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 hello. You hear me?
And we had another, I guess, a new subscriber. They called What If. They said, I think your mic is low. I love what I am able to hear though so far.
Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much.
What if? That's
What if?
crazy.
Thank you for joining Mama Beyond Sight. Here we're sharing spiritual teachings and experiences. You know, I want to guide those that are starting spiritual awakening, right, for beginners. So,
Marina S.
hi, Karina.
Been here
Mwah.
working.
I love you so much, Karina. Ay. So, the Palo Santo again is marvelous, and this, like any spiritual tool, okay, you you have to put your intention, clean it, you know. Again, you can't wet this, but you can put holy water on your hands and swipe off the negative energy. Anything you do with faith, anything, okay, is a tool, is a powerful tool. Okay. So the intention is to clear out negative spirits. The intention, you know, um, to fortify my spiritual guides, you know, offering to my spiritual guides, whatever the intention is, especially a candle. Please, my lovelies, don't light up a candle and just light it and put it, you know, in your special place. Because other entities, other energies are going to feed off of this light. And this light is only for who you want.
Mrs. Bronx is here.
Hi, Miss Box. Hi, Budgie. I'm gonna tell you a story about Miss Box in a minute. So, um, you have to put the intention. You don't want any negative spirits feeding off of this candle. So if I'm lighting this candle up for my mother, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to recite her name. I'm going to do Our Father and other prayers that I do, um, that I'll soon teach you guys if you're interested in that. Okay. Um, and never, ever, ever do this at a candle or the Palo Santo. Don't do that. Because your essence, your spiritual essence is going on there, and you don't want your spiritual essence that way on there because you're turning it off. Okay. So what I do is I wet or I put my fingers in water and then I will touch the thing. Okay. Or you can take a spoon or metal, something metal, and if you have to turn off the candle. Okay. The Palo Santo again, it's marvelous. It's going to flame when you light it up. All right. And this Palo Santo, you have to hold it under the flame for a while for it to really go on. But once it goes on, you're gonna see it turns like red, and you just let the flame die out by itself. And you could use this to cleanse your house. Okay, cleanse yourself. Okay, or as an offering to your spiritual guides. Okay, and again, this smells so good. So a quick story about Miss Bronx and myself. For New Year's, we were doing some spiritual cleansing in the house. So I like to take a coconut and roll it. I do. I put some certain products on it, and then I roll it around all around the house to pick up all that negative energy. And if there's any negative spirits and any negative thoughts, it's going to go into that coconut. But here where we are, the house is humongous and they have an upstairs. So Mama Beyonce can't be going up and downstairs. So Miss Bronx, which is a witch herself, she doesn't want to admit it. But so I told her take the coconut and start from the last room upstairs and start kicking it. I usually tie her waist up because she is spiritual and she's going through spiritual changes that she doesn't want to, but you know, sometimes it can't be stopped. But she's trying not to touch the button. But anyway, I usually tie her up with a red uh, ribbon or a red something red on her waist. That cuts off energy, okay, from affecting you in your body. But I didn't do that day. So she's going around rolling this coconut all around the rooms. And the upstairs is pretty large. And she came down and she was trembling and she was shaking and sweating. And I'm like, Miss Bronx, what's the matter? She says, I don't know, but I don't feel. I looked at her and I was like, ooh, that spirit is real close on her. So I'm like, okay. She says, I don't know. I just felt to take off my shoes and she was doing it, which is good. But, she wasn't prepared for that, you know. So when you take off your shoes and you're doing something spiritually, mopping with the incense, candle, prayers, and you take off your shoes and you're touching the ground, that brings you even closer to the spiritual world. Sorry. Can I have my coffee cup? So she didn't. I guess she didn't know that. So sorry, lovelies. And take a sip. Box makes good coffee. So yeah, she had her spiritual guide so close to her that she didn't know, she didn't understand, but she was feeling um, a little dizzy and jittery. You know, these are also signs how close your spiritual guide is. You know, so I did a little something there, and I pushed back her spirit a little bit.
She
You know,
said, I cried heartfelt cries.
yeah, she was shook up. She was shook up, and then looking at her, all I could see is her spirit. And I tell her, but why did you take off your shoes? She says, nah, I just felt like it. I said, yeah, your spirit guy, they fooled you. But, that's the proper way of doing what she was doing without no, barefooted. But she wasn't prepared. So I'm sharing that story, my lovelies, so you don't do the same mistake. If you're going to do the incense and that, and you're just beginning, keep your shoes on. Keep your shoes on. And if you can, tie your waist with something red, would be perfect. But don't take off your shoes. Yeah. So those are the I wanted to share with because I found it urgent. Again, he was saying that they're not feeling well. They're having noises in their house, etc. You know,
Mrs. Brooks said, yes, please keep your shoes on.
yeah, I'm serious. Try it with no shoes so you can see. You're gonna tell Mama Beyonce. Uh, my mama was a spiritual, a big spiritualist. She was a santera and a high priestess, if you want to call it, in the Aruba religion. And when I first got my tarot cards, I used to, practice. I practiced by myself, and or a friend of mine's. She was always asking me to read her. So my mother would come into my house and she would take off her shoes in the front door, and I'm like, that's not normal for her to do that. And she would walk around my house, then come back and she'd tell me, oh, you was working the spirits here, right? I said, Ma, how do you know? She says, I know. I said, can you put on back your shoes? She would take off her shoes and she could feel the energy if I was um, working with the spirit. Yeah, yeah. That goes to show you, how the energy flows. You know, I even forgot what I was talking about. But welcome everyone. I'm so happy to see you, especially Karina. Yeah, and to my new subscriber, what if?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome so much. You know, here we are going to grow bigger and bigger, help each other out. If you have any experiences, any paranormal experiences, or you want to speak about, I don't know, whatever topic you want to speak more about, spirit or demons. You know, I want to stay away from that somewhat, but the truth is they here. They here, and we need to protect ourselves, and we need to know how to identify them. I've had many people ask me, "Oh, but how do you know? Maybe your mother is a demon disguising themselves." You could tell, especially after so many years that I've been in. I don't want to say practice, but this is a form of living for me. I grew up, in this religion. You know, my mother was a santera and slash mortera. You know,
Chico says, I'm watching you.
it's not made for kids. Get off my life. That's my grandson. Anyway, yeah, I've seen many things and learned many things. Okay, and yeah, spirit. That's why I say meditation, clearing yourself, knowing why do I do this, why, and knowing yourself and clearing that clutter out, and then bringing that eye out into the world and start seeing what you want to see or what you need to see, right? Because like they say, the demon is a liar. Okay, but yeah, they could fool you, but my thing is how I've learned. There's a odor, there's a scent, especially when I'm awake. You know, I'll know that there's some negative spirit here or a demon because of the smell, and then too the way I'm feeling. You know, for some reason the our vertebrae, all those little bumps in the back of our back, that that become I feel like I become like a porcupine. Yeah, I feel like I get spokes back there, and my nape gets very sensitive. So I know when there's a negative spirit, and then I can't sleep. But when it's a good spirit, I do smell aromas, perfumes and flowers, and I see spirit very, very clearly, clearer than I do. If you don't know, I'm legally blind. Um, I have just a little bit of vision, um, but I could see spirit very clear. Yeah. So in my dreams, or if they approach me, they negative spirits usually approach you this way. They don't approach you straight. It's like a live person. If somebody's telling you a lie, look them straight in the eye. They can't look at you straight in your eyes. Okay, they doing this or doing this or they doing this. Yeah, demons do the same thing. Okay, the same thing. They would not give you their eyes. Mm-mm. Many times I have fought with them, and I force their face, and when I look at their eyes, they got yellow eyes or black eyes. You know, it's horrible. But yeah, no, I've learned to decipher um the negative spirit. Can I be fooled? Who knows? I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim that my way is the only way. But yeah, it's been working for me. So, um, yeah, spirits can fool you in so many ways. Now, a good spirit, they're gonna give you full face. You know, if you're just beginning, they're not going to appear to you as they appear to me, only because they know that you're not ready. Okay. they know that you're not going to be able to stay stand, seeing the spirit. But they will find other ways, as I mentioned before, in dreams. A subtle symbol. You know, anything not to make you scared, right? In other words, simple terms. But yeah, they yeah, I don't want to see demons, and unfortunately, like I said, they here, and you know, it's a battle. It's a battle every day, every day. But I stand on my faith. My faith is strong, you know, and and even many people have tried to knock me down. That's why I suggested to the person that said, I don't want to name their names. I don't know if they would like me to, but they said that their house was full of demons, or the building was full of demons. You know, um, it could be that, or it could be just a spiritual that they evolving. You know, and when you first begin to evolve, like poo 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 poo, everything comes at you at one time. The bad, the good, the bad, the good. She might not even know it. She might not even know it. So, you know, I'm hoping that she'll see this video and take my suggestion. You know, but if we have any questions, if not, I'm going to
No.
end it at that.
Yeah, 5 people, 5 likes.
Thank you for the likes,
And the new
please.
subscriber, what if?
Thank you for my new subscriber. What if we reach the mountaintop? You know, we're gonna light up, like we're gonna shine like superstars. You know, what if? You know. So I'm going to soon start showing you how to do and I've done that before, so I'm gonna repeat to set up a spiritual table. Okay, and if you want to take it further, and
I'm sorry. What if said, I always have a question. That's why my name is what if. Just choose that has a choice that has a handle.
the choice that has a handle.
Just choose that has a
Oh,
handle.
okay. So, what if is your question? I love to have you here. Thank you so much. So, we're going to continue with our third meditation, um, and we're gonna keep pushing on. You know, if again, if you would like to have see more of a particular topic, um, leave me a comment. If you would like a personal reading, I'll leave my email in the description, right there below somewhere,
And I'm gonna be on site right up top.
right on top. So
What if said, I was speaking with a customer service heating, and she couldn't stop laughing. She thought it was my real name.
yeah, well, what if it is your real name? Huh? Hilarious. As long as it's not whatnot.
Man,
Pope Bronx, aka Uncle Rico, is
what not shop?
what are you? No, Pope. Bronx, aka a Pokey. What you said, Pokey?
No,
A
where you
po-
get pokey?
That's what you said the last time. I said Poke
Pokey
Bronx.
Bronx.
Pokey Bronx, 718,
Eight.
aka Uncle Rico,
Oh my
is
god.
my son. What?
There's no 718, baby.
You changed it again?
No, it's been AKA Uncle Rico. You've been calling me that.
I said Bronx 718.
Yeah, no 718. Right. What if said right?
What if?
What if I keep
What
changing
if I don't give you this?
it? You're doing this.
Huh?
No?
So he's a Poke card collector. So he has
Why not shop?
YouTube channel here, and he has a whatnot shop where he sells Poke cards. So if you're interested in that, go subscribe. Tell him mama sent you. Maybe you might get a discount.
First time they get 15% off anyway.
The
If
first time,
they never been on whatnot, they get
first
15.
time buyer will get 15% off.
Yeah.
And if you say Mama Beyonce sent you, you might get another dollar off. How about that?
I can't give them $1. I can give them extra free stuff.
Well, exactly. They give you extra stuff. So he's funny. He sounds like that, but he is hilarious. So check him out. And music in the background is featured by Meditating Music for Body and Spirit here on YouTube, which I love very much. And my other son, aka, I mean,
The Muffin Man.
Pope Trail, aka the Muffin Man. I know, I forget because you know why? They changed their name so many times. You see?
What if said I will book a reading.
You're welcome to. Just leave me a message and we'll work out the details. Um, welcome. And so I got so many things in my head that I want to say, but I have to do it little by little. Give me some watch time, like Poke Bragg says. So we're going to do a Kawi show. We're going to maintain our meditation session. So stay tuned for that. And on my playlist, I have a spiritual teaching playlist that if you missed any of the teachings, you could go back and review. All right. Um, so again, if you want to speak about a special topic, if you want to know more about tools to utilize, I'm glad to direct you. So stay tuned for our spiritual table, and we'll leave it at that, my lovelies. Yeah.
You saw your card? You saw your card?
I don't know if they saw it in the beginning. I could pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
My card, my son made. You see it?
Mm-hmm. The crystal ball and the butterfly.
Pretty.
Check out Mama Beyond's site on YouTube, baby.
Yeah. So,
Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Karina says.
Karina, I love you so much, and I always have you in my prayers, and you and family. You know, I'm glad, so happy to see you, and we're gonna click on there and make you a
Moderator.
moderator. Yeah, she the best. Don't tell poor Brooks. So with that, my lovelies, I am your host, and my name is Sandra. And once again, thank you to my new subscribers, and thank you all guys for sharing this live with me. And stay tuned. I'm almost at my 300 milestone. Um,
I think about 20, 25
yeah,
more.
about 20. Yeah. So like, share, and hit the share button. Like, Share it out. Share it out. And we're gratitude fest is coming very, very, very close. Very near. Very,
I
very
love
soon.
you so. Thank you.
She's the only one that gives me smoochy faces. Oh, yeah, that's right, Karina. Yeah. Anyway,
Thank you for a wonderful evening. What if, son?
thank you for joining us. What if? What if I figure out your name? What if? You have to look at the crystal ball. What is? What if? What if? I know your name is William.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. Huh? No William? William it?
He said, my name is Willie Colon. Nah, he ain't say that.
Stop playing. All right. So once again, be blessed and be well, my lovelies. I am your host, and my name is Sandra. Remember, when you shine your light out into the world, you want it to reach far and wide. Make sure the light at home shines bright and strong. Come on. What if I end my videos like this? I can click it off. So
What if is he dying laughing? I guess they heard me.
listen,
Is
come
your
on.
name Willie?
We pucker up. Then, come on, pucker up. Smooches. Wait, I can flip it that way. I gotta find the button, man.
No. What if said
Oh wait.
no?
Double tap to activate.
Wait. Okay, one more time. Come on. Um, they're gonna see you now.
I don't know.
It's there. They're gonna see you in a minute. Karina, do it. Smooches. Later. In a minute.
Laters now.
Mute microphone.